Pauly P's 1973 El Camino update. Okay, so far from my last video I put some rally wheels, so it looks a little bit better, and I also put 2-chamber Flowmaster to replace the old muffler that had a hole in a tip. And previously I took out the stock deck. It was the AM, and I had to pull out all the heater stuff. And I put in a stereo by Dual that I got from Crutchfield, and it has an iPod hookup. It's only 15 watts by 2. It's not the greatest sounding deck if you're just going to run speakers off it, but if you hook an amp, we will find out how that will sound. But so far it's loud enough for me. Then I had these old 6x9s right here, Exiles, sitting around my house from an old vehicle, and I bought these 6x9 boxes from sonicelectronics.com, about 30 bucks, and I'm gonna set them behind the back seat. I'm gonna screw them in there. Alright, so I got my screws, I got some wire, some quick connects, and some electrical tape. And make sure you put the negative on the negative and the positive on the positive, because if you don't do that, it's not going to sound that good. You'll have some issues with the bass and the treble. Okay, let's see, get that just right. These should work. They're sheet metal screws, but I couldn't find any flat wood screws, you know, that would work nice in here. So we will use sheet metal screws today. I don't think it makes a difference. I know I pulled out already 4, but I put them in the wrong spot. This on there pretty good. You don't want them to come out, but you don't want to over tighten them because you can strip the wood and that wouldn't be good. For some people this is terribly difficult. Awesome. Snug them up. Alright, so that's how you put screws in and screw in 6x9s into a 6x9 box.
You have music in the background.
So these are where they're going to sit, right there behind the back seat, the left side and the right side. So now what I have to do is I have to take off the seals, the door seals. So I could run the speaker wire for my 6x9s. And just to let you know, that's just temporary because I do have RCAs under there from the stereo. So I'm going to run an amp. I'm going to get a splitter, and I'm going to run two lefts and 2 rights off the splitter so I can run a 4-channel amp. I'm going to run 1 or 2 subs and just those 6x9s. Should sound alright. Okay, so you gotta take this off. Make sure you don't lose the screws. And then, right here, I gotta take this piece off and that part off. So I'm just gonna unscrew this. Doing a little bit ambidextrous. Alright, let's see what we got here. One in the door here. Then there's one down low under here. You have to be very careful with these parts because for some reason on these 73 to 77 El Caminos, they're very brittle and they will break very easily. Let's see. Well, actually, I don't need to take off the top ones. Well, that's a good thing. So I'm going to screw this back in. Lesson learned there. If you don't need to remove it, then then it's better. So you'll just learn something from me. Okay, so really the only screws that you have to remove are just this one, that one, and possibly this one to make it easier for you to get to that. Okay, so now get your speaker wire and your quick connects. I got the speaker wires right there. You gotta make sure you have a male and a female. And then you crimp them to your wires, and then you connect your speaker wire. I gotta run the speaker wire underneath here and underneath that carpet under the door seal and to the back where the 6x9s are gonna go. So I just did the quick connects. I put the female ends on here. I'm going to put the male ends on the speaker wire, and for what I like to do is I like to put electrical tape around the ends of these just in case, so they don't come loose. Like I said, I put the electrical tape on here to hold the connector on just in case the wire wants to come out. Because I've had it happen in some cases where the connector came off because I didn't have it crimped tight enough. Doesn't have to be perfect. No one's going to see it but me. Plus it's going to be covered. And I am definitely not an electrician. You want to make sure when you put the electrical tape on, pull it tight because it stretches. And one major thing with electrical tape, after you're done using it, make sure you wash your hands, because electrical tape causes cancer. Can, or it may cause cancer. At least it says that on the warning on the package. See? Now it looks beautiful. Okay, so I'm putting the male ends on the speaker wire here. And this is, I believe, 16 gauge wire. And this is a 16 gauge connector. Down there, I believe that's like smaller gauge, but the 16 gauge connectors work pretty good still. So I think it just all matters on how you crimp it. Crimping it is sometimes hard for people. It's hard for me sometimes, but I think I got it handled. Doesn't seem too hard. You gotta make sure you twist the speaker wire so it just slides right in the hole, just like that. Perfect. And then you find the 16 on the wire crimpers, you crimp it. But what I like to do is, I like to take that bump right there put the bump right in the center and then crimp it down. See? Nice and snug. Alright, so now I'm going to do the same thing to this one right here. You find the 16. You only need it so far, like about maybe 1 centimeter. See? So you get a nice little edge there. And twist it. Twist it pretty tight. See? Sometimes when you twist, you got to be careful because you can get the little copper fibers in the tip of your finger. Twist that. Perfect. See? Check that out. Got 2 more female connectors right here. Yeah. We are almost on our way to having music in here again. And just remember, I'm no professional. I don't do this for a living. I do this for fun. I don't like to pay shop some money if I could do it myself. If I mess up, I made the error. But you save yourself a lot of money doing it this way too. On these ones, I don't have to use extra electrical tape because they're nice and thick, so they got a really good grip there. All right. So what we're going to do now is we're going to plug these in to get an idea of what it's going to sound like. Okay, so make sure you put the ones with the lines connected to the ones with the lines. See, it's got a white line, a black line, so that's negative. Okay. Okay, so I got all the wires ran. I got both the 6x9s in, all wired and everything. So this is what it sounds like.
Stop doing homework, start writing rhymes. I wrote raps, lace my game. Let everybody know it's deep as a name. 2 million records sold. Been knowing these cats since 15 years old. I hope y'all is doing well. I always have love for Johnny Z and TL. This is my life, the story of James Trujillo. I spit it from the heart, that's why I feel so real. I can't do nothing but tell you the truth. I'm almost in tears standing in this booth. This is my life, the story of James Trujillo. I spit it from the heart, that's why I feel so real. I give it to you uncut till God.
That's Pandora.
Until I play a leave, I hope you stay there with me. June 18th, my grandma cried. The day I was born, Uncle Jimmy died. How can she be happy? She just lost a son.
All it has is a little bass boost button right there. Gives a little bit more bass. You got your left and your right fade. Just volume. Money on books. Every day I think It's not bad for only 15 watts per speaker. And those are 200 watt speakers back there, not getting enough juice.